Hello my diamond art friends, my name is Ilene and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you for your continued support and friendship. I'm going to do a WIP&CHAT today. I have some fun Christmas origin facts, kind of information that I found and I wanted to share with you guys. But first I'll start with a couple other little goings on or my thoughts that I've had this week. But anyway, first I'm going to be using this pen that I got from Jim's Handmade Pens. I'm using some snap dots in my multi-placer and my single placer. I have had these dots in my pen since over 7 days and they are still working well. I'm going to be using my Flower Design white and purple tray and 2 trays from Nick's Notions. This one was a freebie and this is the submarine one, and I also have the lid. So we'll just go ahead and get started. I'll start diamond painting and talking, and then we'll get into that trivia. Or not trivia, I have trivia for next week. I have some facts and stuff about Christmas I found. Anyway, today is Friday, December 20th. Today would have been my grandpa's birthday. He passed away in 1995. And so I normally like to celebrate him on his birthday just because he was one of the best people I've ever known in my life. Such a forgiving, kind person. And anyway, I always give him a shout out, and I did do that on Facebook, on my page. So happy birthday, Pop. Love you. And I miss you. Alright, anyway, so I have been kind of thinking about, like, what am I thinking about? Sorry, I just had a thought where I kind of got lost for a second. So I had a thought that I wanted to try some different Mod Podge concoctions. You know, Mod Podge has, they have a formula for just diamond painting, but they also have some that are glitter. And I will be doing, I bought from Amazon, and I will be doing the video, I'm not sure when, probably one day next week, but I bought the one for diamond painting. I bought one that has a glitter, and then one that has like a holographic glitter, they said. So my thought was to try them on a set of coasters and see like how each of them look on similar coasters. And then I also have I have that I've had for quite a while. I have the glossy Mod Podge, and I am going to add a little water to that and see how that does, to see too if we have any difference, you know, notice any difference between like the one for diamond painting and what have you. So that's going to be upcoming. I think next week I'm going to film it and go from there for that. I know everybody has like their own stuff they like to use for sealing their diamond painting or diamond painting projects. So, you know, I just thought it'd be a fun little thing for me to try, and it might not work great on coasters, but I could always try them on canvases as well as another kind of let's see how it does. So look for that coming up. Excuse me, I'm getting over like my allergies are acting up, and so excuse me, I'm trying to also like take care of that, but I did not want to skip doing a WIP&CHAT because I enjoy doing them. So anyway, I am also So super excited because a while back, if you guys have been watching my channel, you remember that True Vampire Crafts Mins had gifted me the Craft Buddy 100 Years of Wonder sticker book along with a bunch of stickers. And I have been quietly, I did show one order that I got from there, but I have been slowly and kind of like quietly on my channel collecting hopefully all 100, and I think there's 102 of them. And I only have 10 left to get. I did recently get an order in and was able to get 4 more, and then I purchased 4 more from other people on a page that Mins recommended. So yeah, I have to go to the post office tomorrow, and I get that it's December 21st, but whatever. I've had some people purchase my extra stickers for me, and I want to get them out into the mail. Excuse me. I'll be so glad when these allergies are away from me. So, yeah, it's been nice too to interact with people in regards to those stickers. Hopefully I can get a whole set. We'll see what I get in this order that I put in today, and whatever I don't get, and if I don't get any new ones that I have, hopefully I do, I can get, sell them or trade them in that Facebook group. All right, so my next thing before I get on to what I want to talk about, there are several things that I wrote down. I have found, and I know you guys probably are not really going to care, but I found the most fantastic Italian deli that's like a half a mile from my house, and it's called Uncle Frank's Italian Deli. I had the best sub from there the other day, cold sub, and then I got a sub this afternoon to eat too. But the sub that I got over the weekend was called the Fugazi Italian, and it has ham, salami, pepperoni, provolone, lettuce, tomato, oil, vinegar, mayonnaise. It's all chopped up, and then it was topped with barbecue chips. I didn't get the barbecue chips, but it was phenomenal. It was delicious. Also that day I got what they called a St. Joseph pastry, which is sort of like a cream puff. And that was okay. I just was more in like with the sandwich. And then one day for lunch this week, I went there and got 2 slices of pepperoni pizza. That was like from any other place, so that wasn't the world's greatest thing. But today I got a sub called Don't Break My Balls. They are homemade meatballs. Now the homemade meatballs are ground beef, ground pork, and ground veal, all served, kind of made together. And it's like a meatball sub, homemade tomato sauce and fresh mozzarella. And it was, to be honest, the best meatball sub I've ever had. And then I had some of their antipasta salad, and it's really spicy and delicious. But yeah, I'll be going back there because they also have a chicken parmesan pinwheel I want to try, and a couple other, well, probably a lot more other things, but and they also have a rewards program, so if you go there enough, you end up getting something free. Anyway, let me keep diamond painting now that I've grabbed that menu and chatting away. And I think, let me see what else I have. All right, and so many of you know that I did like kind of a give back for like the first like 3 weeks of December, and it was like my way of trying, like, saying thank you to the people that subscribe to me and watch my channel. Really means a lot to me, and I just want to thank everyone who participated along with me, or kind of gave me a like, and I'm really glad that I was able to give back. It meant a lot to me. I wanted this to be about giving for me, and so that's all I want to say about that. I'm really happy that I was able to do that, and I'm really happy that it was well, you know, it was received, and you know, those of you who did participate along, I can't say thank you enough. It did mean a lot to me, and since I like to give, it meant, you know, I'll never be able to say, you know, thank you guys enough. This experience for me on YouTube has been one that's really helped me emotionally or mentally or whatever way you want to call it, and I'm not ever gonna not be able to say that. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. This weekend, of course, I'm working on Sunday. That's nothing new. Excuse me. But I have to go and get my nails done tomorrow, and one of the ladies at my Sunday job, her favorite color happens to be purple, so I'm going to be changing this red to a purple because I told her the next time I got my nails done, I would get them done in purple, so our nails would match. Yeah, so I'll be doing that tomorrow as part of my journey outside my apartment, because I like to live the hermit life. And I did show on Facebook the ornament that I got for the man and I for our eventual tree, together. Since we don't live together, we don't really do the tree together, and I had mentioned to him I wanted to start doing ornaments together, and I got the ornament, so I'm gonna put that right here, a picture of it. I'm super stoked to include that in what I will be giving him for Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. He loves sentimental or gifts that have meanings behind them. And I don't know if I've told this story before, but one year I ended up having to give it to him for Christmas because his birthday is in November and it didn't make it here on time. I bought from Etsy this wooden box that had some wooden hearts in it, and then the top of the box said, the reasons why I love you, and inside were all these wooden hearts with different sayings on them, like your smile, your personality, your kisses, you know, your hugs, you know, stuff like that. And I honestly did not expect him to like bring it to his office, but that's what he did. He has it on in his office at his desk, and he says every once in a while, you know, if he's having a rough day or whatever, he'll open that and he'll see, you know, I also had inscribed, you know, to Jamie, you know, from Ilene. And anyway, so he says he looks at them every once in a while. So I don't know if he's saying that just to butter me up or if he really does do it. Knowing Jamie, he probably really does do it. And I always think that, you know, people just say things to say things, but I don't know. I think I believe him, actually. Anyway, going on to the next thing. Yeah, and then I guess the last thing is I have just in this mood where I want to purchase a lot of diamond painting pens. And I'm super excited. I ordered a pen from Vicki Peterson. I think she's part of like the Lady Lathe Lacen work or so. I'll connect that Facebook group down in the description box. But that's not how I found her. Bee's Crafty Corner, she had posted on there about some pen blanks that she had with permission from Sabrina, and I had sent her a chat saying, hey, I would be interested in a pen if she had any blanks left, and she said she did. And finally, she finished polishing the pen today and sent me a video, and oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get it to show it on my channel. It is just so gorgeous. The shimmer and the sparkle of that pen. Oh gosh, I am like over the moon. And that's what I told her in my voice message back to her. I'm over the moon about that pen. Anyway, so that will definitely be shown when I get it. Yeah, super excited about that. Okay, so now we can get on to what I wanted to do, which was talk about Christmas, really, and go over some facts about Christmas, maybe traditions, movies, food, and all that stuff. So we'll see what we get done until, I'm, all talked out. Might not be all talked out, but, if you hear my dad, he'll tell you that I'm never not talked out, but that's not true. I'm quiet a lot because I live alone. That's what I tell him when I see him. I live alone. So when I see you got a lot to say. Anyway, let's go ahead and start our little Christmas facts. Excuse me. Okay, so let's start with some Christmas traditions and origins. Christmas is a contraction of Christ's Mass, which was derived from the Middle English Christmassi, which in turn comes from Old English Christmassi. Oh my goodness. And that phrase was first recorded way back in 1038. Hanging stockings out came from the Dutch custom of leaving shoes packed with food for St. Nicholas's donkey, and he would leave small gifts in return. My last name is actually Dutch. Anyway, interesting. That's just a little side note. All right, next one. The tradition of putting tangerines in stockings came from the 12th century French nuns who left socks full of fruit, nuts, and tangerines at the houses of the poor. Go down this way first. Boxing Day gets the name from all the money collected in church alms boxes for the poor. The first commercial Christmas cards were commissioned by civil servant Sir Henry Cole in London in 1843, featuring a family drinking wine and sold for, I don't know what that symbol is, but don't they do pounds? So, like, I don't know what that is. So I'm just going to show you guys, like, what it is. I'm going to pull the paper up because it's on the paper. So whatever that is. in 2014, I guess it got sold. I don't know what that is equivalent in US money, or even Canadian money, or any other money, pesos, etc., lira, whatever. Yo, no, say. I don't know. Okay. Robins on cards started as a joke 150 years ago, when postmen wore red tunics and were named after them. Tunics. Is it tunics? It's tunics. Excuse me, I don't have my glasses on. I'm seeing things. So, we're going to try that one again. Robins were on cards started as a joke 150 years ago, when postmen wore red tunics and were named after them. There we go. Probably should put my glasses on, but you know, I gotta do things the difficult way. I don't normally diamond paint with glasses on because I don't like the glare from my glasses. I mentioned that before, so I'm not gonna bore you guys with the details of that. All right, we're gonna get to the next fact. The Christmas cracker was invented by a London sweet shop owner called Tom Smith in 1847 after sporting French bonbons wrapped in paper with a twist at each end. He sold similar sweets with the love motto inside. He then included a little trinket and a bang. His bangs of expectation included gifts such as jewelry and miniature dolls. By 1900, he was selling 13 million a year. According to tradition, you should eat one minced pie on each of the 12 days of Christmas to bring good luck. Who does that? Anybody? Let me know. It's technically illegal to eat mince pies on Christmas Day in England. In the 17th century, Oliver Cromwell banned Christmas pudding, minced pies, and anything to do with gluttony. The law has never been rescinded. Why red, gold, and green? Green has long been a symbol of life and rebirth. Red symbolizes the blood of Christ, and green represents the light as well as wealth and royalty. Excuse me. Mistletoe is from the Anglo-Saxon word mistletoe, which means little dung twig, because the plant is spread through bird droppings. Oh, that sounds so romantic, doesn't it? Jeez. Did you guys know that? That's terrible. Good grief. Alright. Anyway, let's get to the next fact. Oh, just be thinking of little twig dung. Santa hasn't always dressed in red. Pre-1930s, there were many different variations of Santa, sporting a variety of different colored garments and ranging in size from big to small. Some people claim the modern-day image of Santa Claus was created by Coca-Cola, but it isn't strictly true. The original red-suited Santa became popular in the US and Canada in the 19th century due to the influence of caricatures and cartoonist Thomas Nast. Coca-Cola commissioned their depiction of Santa in 1931. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was invented for a U.S. Christmas promotion in 1938. The Yule log was originally an entire tree that was carefully chosen and brought to the house with a great ceremony and burned over the 12 days of Christmas. A chocolate Yule log, or bûche de Noël, is now a popular Christmas dessert made of chocolate sponge rolled, layered with cream. The outside is covered with chocolate or chocolate icing and decorated to look like the bark of a log. Did I get all the fours? I think so. We're gonna go to fives anyways. Traditionally, families gathered together in the kitchen of their homes to mix and steam pumpkin pudding on Stir Up Sunday, the last Sunday before Advent. Everyone takes a turn to stir the pudding mix and make a special wish for the year ahead. Holly and ivy have been used to decorate homes since the 9th century. I don't know why I did that. Got them all on there. I didn't need them all. Anyway. They symbolize everlasting life. The holly represents Christ's crown of thorns and the berries, his blood. The word carol actually means dance or song of praise and joy, and they are used to be sung during all 4 seasons. But the tradition of only singing them at Christmas is the only one that has survived. Now, here are some Christmas marketing facts. Gotta get those not on my release paper, which is from Bee's Crafty Corner, which are the ones I had made in my image. From an image I had made. I don't think I mentioned that at the beginning. I should have. Christmas crackers were invented to encourage children and their parents to buy more sweets. London sweet maker Tom Smith created the first Christmas cracker in 1847. Traditionally, families. Oh, that's already an other one. I already read that one. Oh, I gotta go to the next one. Sorry. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer first appeared in a marketing campaign. He was developed as a marketing tactic by the Montgomery Ward department store. 75% of UK shoppers use their smartphones to aid their Christmas shopping in 2018. Excuse me. This number will continue to rise. In 2019, 71% of Christmas shoppers use 3 or more marketing channels to inform of their holiday shopping. Christmas facts and numbers. U.S. scientists calculate that Santa would have to visit 822 homes a second to deliver all the world's presents on Christmas Eve, traveling at 150 miles a second. The chances of a white Christmas are just 1 out of 10 in England and Wales, and 1 in 6 for Scotland and Northern Ireland. All right, let's see what else. Let's skip around a little bit. 6.8 million, the number of iOS and Android devices that will be activated on Christmas Day. The abbreviation Xmas isn't irreligious. The X is a Greek abbreviation for Christ. Ebenezer Scrooge's famous line, "Bah humbug," almost never existed. Charles Dickens' initial choice was "Bah Christmas." So glad he changed it. According to data gathered from Facebook, 2 weeks before Christmas is one of the 2 most popular times for a couple to break up. One would guess to avoid buying presents. Christmas Day is the least popular. I just don't understand that. I mean, I know that I've heard that before. So I guess my thing is, why don't you just say no gifts? I mean, Jamie and I don't always buy each other Christmas presents. I mean, you can celebrate someone all year long. It just doesn't have to be on certain holidays. And you don't have to do like big gifts. I'll never understand that. But you know what? I don't like getting gifts anyway, so that's never bothered me much. And since my birthday is a week after Christmas, January 2nd, like, it's never anything that's ever been like a big deal for me. Anyway, all right, moving on. Excuse me. On Christmas Eve in 2001, the Bethlehem Hotel had 208 of its 210 rooms free. The Star of Bethlehem, one of the wise men followed to find little baby Jesus, was probably a comet or Uranus. Yeah, and it says, stop snickering. Okay. Now let's do some facts about Christmas trees. Nearly 60 million Christmas trees are grown each year in Europe. I guess I don't have United States facts, that's all right. Many parts of a Christmas tree can actually be eaten, with the needles being a good source of vitamin C. Christmas trees are usually grown for about 15 years before they're sold, and on average, 3 Christmas trees are planted to replace each one that is harvested. All right, let's figure out what color we're going to do next. First, let's do C. So here are some facts about Christmas songs. Some Christmas songs. The best-selling Christmas single ever is Bing Crosby's I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, shifting over 50 million copies worldwide in 1942. I love that song too. My brother and I used to do it like a cappella. Always like singing that together. I wonder if he remembers that. I'm sure he does. And we sounded pretty good, I would have to say. Anyway. The best-selling festive single in Band Aid's 1984 track was Do You Know It's Christmas, which sold 3.5 million copies. Wham! Is the next in the same year, with Last Christmas selling 1.4 million. I love Last Christmas. I did not know until, I don't watch a lot of like movies all the time, and there's a movie called Last Christmas, which my love and I watched together recently, and it was quite a moving movie. I enjoyed it. And they had a lot of Wham and George Michael songs in that movie. And I am a George Michael fan, so that worked out for me. How to hum along or sing along as they were playing. Anyway, moving on to the next one. The first 4 royalties for Last Christmas, the first year's royalties were given to Band Aid, and since 2012, George Michael had donated all of his royalties to this song to charity. I know he passed away like Christmas Day, a couple years ago. Sad. All right, next fact. The video Last Christmas was the last time George Michael was filmed without a beard. The Beatles hold the record for most Christmas #1 singles with 4, topping the chart in 1963, 64, 65, and 67. Cliff Richard's 1960, 1988, and 1990, and the Spice Girls 1996, 1997, and 1998 all have 3 each. And I believe this is just the UK because I'm gonna guess Mariah Carey is like somewhere like on a list like of what everybody likes to hear at Christmas. I'll be honest with you, I don't, but it's just because it's like to me like it's been overdone by her. But anyway, that's alright. She can't help it, but like, man, I'm kind of cool if I never hear a Mariah Carey Christmas song. No shade to her. I just hers is just it's been overdone. That's it. That's all I can say about that. Okay. Oh, never mind. Here she comes. Never mind. There's something about Mariah Carey right here. It says, who earns the most royalties from their Christmas song? Well, Mariah Carey. For All I Want for Christmas. And the progs, from Fairy Tale of New York are next. But top of the tree is Slade, who are reckoned to earn the most for Merry Christmas, Everybody. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen is the only record to get the UK Christmas Singles Chart #1 twice, once in 1995 and again in 1991. Do You Know It's Christmas was #1 3 times in 1984, 89, and 2004, but it was technically from different groups, so it really doesn't count. Here's a little known fact. Excuse me? David Bowie hated the choice of The Little Drummer Boy as the song he was to sing with Bing Crosby on his A Merry Old Christmas in September 1977. But luckily, producers and songwriters for the program quickly decided to compose the counterpart lyrics and a new bridge for Bowie to sing along with Crosby. They found the nearest piano and banged out Peace on Earth in about an hour and saved the day. Did you guys know that Mel Torme's The Christmas Song, or more commonly known as Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, was written during a summer heat wave in 1944. Fun fact. That was the year my dad was born. Anyway. Go. Singer Brenda Lee recorded the original version of Rocking Around the Christmas Tree when she was only 13 years old. Excuse me. Now here's some facts about Christmas films. In a recent Yahoo poll, can any of you guess what the most popular Christmas film of all time is? That would be Home Alone, with the Muppet Christmas Carol that came in second, and It's a Wonderful Life, which came in third. I love Home Alone. The first one and the second one. Home Alone and then Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Good movies, funny. I don't know if they're my favorite like Christmas movie of all time, but I know it's probably like the most popular. Excuse me. It's a Wonderful Life mentioned in an FBI file in 1947 when an analyst expressed concern that the film was an obvious attempt to discredit bankers, a common trick used by communists. Excuse me. I am sorry, guys. Every time I think I take a drink and I'm getting a little bit better, that tickle comes back. Ever wonder why George looks strangely sweaty in the scene where he and Clarence are on the bridge? It's because of the day of filming, it was actually 90 degrees. In Home Alone, the ugly photo of Buzz's girlfriend is actually a boy because director Chris Columbus thought it would be too cruel to make fun of a real girl. The boy used in the picture was the art director's son. In The Grinch, the prosthetic and makeup Jim Carrey wore took 3 hours every day to put it together. They were so miserable to apply and wear that Carrey consulted a Navy SEAL who taught him torture-resistant techniques. I honestly think that Jim Carrey is probably like one of those like genius like actors. Like he can do comedy and drama and stuff, but like anyway. Quite an interesting fellow. I know he's had some issues, but quite an interesting fellow, that's all I can say. Or all I will say about him. I don't want to get into a debate. Seven next. In Home Alone, Daniel Stern, who plays Marv, wasn't very happy about having to film a scene with a tarantula on his face. But he agreed to do it on the condition that they just do one take. His scream had to be dubbed in later because he had screamed for real. It would have scared the tarantula. I bet. In the same film, Joe Pesci frequently forgot that he was in a family comedy. and would drop the F-bomb during his character's outburst. That sounds about right. Anyway, I suppose you couldn't just have F-bombs in a family movie. Joe. So that is, as many of you may know, one of my favorite words. Like, to hear. It's okay. With me to hear it and say it, as long as you're not, like, just letting it be, like, the only word you know. Anyway, let's see here. Got them all? I think. No, I missed one. The lead role in the film Elf was originally going to be given to Jim Carrey. And in The Grinch, Eddie Murphy and Jack Nicholson were both considered for Carrey's part. In Home Alone, the part of Harry was offered to both Robert De Niro and Jon Lovitz before being taken by Joe Pesci. Do you imagine, like, Jim Carrey not being the Grinch, or Elf not being played by Will Ferrell? Huh. Weird. It's just like, I don't know if you guys know this, and it's going to be a little bit off topic, but Mike Meyer was originally not supposed to voice the character Shrek. That was actually being voiced by Chris Farley, but Chris Farley passed away, and they were not able to, complete his part. There were some parts that were still missing, I believe, is what I remember hearing, and where he had done, part of it, and yeah. Anyway, so that Shrek was originally supposed to be Chris Farley's voice, but as you know, or many of you may know, he passed away at a young age due to some issues with drugs. And he was a comedic genius as well, so that's too bad. He was one of my favorite comedians in my teens. Anyway, let's get on with some fun movie facts, shall we? In Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, future president and all around, it says arsehole, Donald Trump makes, thankfully, a brief appearance when Kevin first arrives at the Plaza Hotel. Other than that, it's a pretty good film. I love that. Okay, anyway. Macaulay Culkin earned $4.5 million for the movie. Oh gosh. Alright, I'm gonna try not to keep laughing about that, but that kind of was nice to read. Anyway. Oh. Here we go. In Polar Express, when the conductor says 11344 Edbrook near the start of the film, it's a reference to director Robert Zemnick's actual childhood home in Chicago. Excuse me. I have to take another drink of water. I just wanted to do a whip and chat. I did not want you guys to listen to me cough. That's terrible. In White Christmas, the part of Betty was played by Rosemary Clooney, who is George Clooney's aunt. Now, does anybody know what the movie Jingle All the Way? It was kind of like based off like a shopping craze, but did anybody know what that shopping craze was? And no, it wasn't Turbo Man, but Turbo Man was based on another craze, which was the Cabbage Patch Dolls of the 80s. So they kind of based it off that, which you will know from one of the recent videos I did. That was one of my favorite gifts I got when I was a child. my Cabbage Patch doll, Crandall Alberto, which I unfortunately lost in an apartment fire many years ago before I was able to go to nursing school. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna go to the next one. Okay, Christmas facts about, let's see. Okay, here's something that may be fun to know. During Christmas period, nearly 28 Lego sets are sold every second. $62,824. That's the record number of Christmas cards sent by a single person in a year. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the tallest Christmas tree ever cut was 221-foot Douglas fir that was displayed in 1950 in the Northgate Shopping Center in Seattle, Washington. Okay, you get the next number, which or letter. Let's do F. I'm so indecisive right now. Terrible. Oh, what can you do? Sometimes it's gonna be like that. That's me. A little bit all over the place sometimes. Majority of the time. But I'm comfortable with it. Alright, so in 1999, residents of the state of Maine built the world's biggest ever snowman. He stood 113 feet high. Or tall. I'm going to do one. The world's largest ever Christmas cracker was 207 feet long and 13 feet in diameter and was made by the parents of children at Lay Hill School and Preschool in Chesham, Buckinghamshire on the 20th of December 2001. The joke was rubbish. I don't know what that means. The largest ever Secret Santa was organized by Reddit in 2012, which had 30,000 participants. The most lights lit simultaneously on a Christmas tree is 194,672 and was achieved by Kiwanis Malmady and Hadi Flagnes of Melody, Belgium on December 10th, 2010. Santa Claus has many different names around the world. He's Kris Kringle in Germany, Le Befana in Italy, Pere Noël in France, and Deshkma Moroz, which is Grandfather Frost in Russia. Japanese people traditionally eat at KFC for Christmas dinner thanks to a successful marketing campaign 40 years ago. KFC is so popular that customers must place their order Christmas order 2 months in advance. Really? Oh my, that's something to imagine. Having to place a Kentucky Fried Chicken order 2 months in advance. All right, well, I'm going to be getting Chinese for my Christmas Eve and Christmas meal. I decided I'm not cooking because I'm going to be, I'm going to be with Jimmy part of the day, but like not all. And I'm going to get myself an assortment of Chinese food to eat and stuff myself with. And then, of course, I'm going to be hungry like an hour or two later to eat more Chinese. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing that, which I'm super duper happy about. And I have a really good Chinese restaurant that's not too far from me. So, I'm going to be going there. Okay, going off topic again. I'm going to be going there. I only have to work half day on Christmas Eve, so I'm going to skip on down there once work is over at noon and getting the food I need to keep myself sustained. And I'm going to make the Little Debbie's, I don't know, like, have you seen this on like TikTok or Facebook or whatever? There's like this Little Debbie dip. So you take these Little Debbie Christmas cakes, you cut them up, you put some softened cream cheese in there, vanilla, like a third a cup of milk. You mix that all together with a blender and get it kind of nice and smooth. Then you fold in a whipped cream and then you like chill it, and then you can put sprinkles on it if you want, and then you use cookies to dip. Now I'm not going to use the sprinkles, but I have all the supplies and I'm going to make it anyways as a treat for myself, like, because I deserve to eat sweet things. Anyway, yeah, I just want to try it because I keep seeing it and I'm like, I gotta give this a good try. And my work friend who lives in Minnesota, she and I normally text or exchange TikTok. Anyway, she is going to be on a vacay with her family in Mexico, and so I will not have my buddy to be bugging like I normally do. So though we have a pretty impressive TikTok chain, so I'm hoping that can continue anyways, of just sending each other videos from TikTok. And anyway, hopefully we can continue that so we don't, break our streak. Just in case it gets banned or whatever, we want to be able to at least say that we had a streak up until, we were no longer able to use it. Anyway, here I go, talking about more stuff. But anyway, that Little Debbie's treat sounds delish. I'm going to give it a go and see if it's any good. And I got some graham crackers and some vanilla wafers to try with it. And I hope it's nice and yummy. Have any of you guys tried it? Is it good? Anyway, sounds delicious. Anyway, we're going to go on and do some more. During Christmas of 2010, the Colombian government covered jungle trees with lights, and when the guerrillas, the terrorists, walked by, the trees lit up and banners asking them to lay down their arms became visible. 331 guerrillas re-entered society, and the campaign won an award for strategic. I like it how my tongue just gets tied for no reason. Anyway, marketing excellence. Anyway, okay. Gotta stop laughing at myself. No, actually, I'm never gonna stop laughing at myself. I don't want to take myself too seriously. That is not gonna be what I'm gonna do with life. Anyway, do the next one. In Peru, there is a village in Peru where people settle previous year's grudges by fist fighting. They then start a new year off with a clean slate. Oh my. Interesting. The largest part of Sweden's population watches Donald Duck cartoons every Christmas Eve. That's a tradition that started in 1960. 95.57. That's the number of Olympic-sized pools that could be filled with beer that is consumed in the UK over the Christmas holiday. $230 tons. That's the amount of wasted Christmas food that's thrown away each year. 957 is the typical number of calories. 97.957 is the typical number of calories of your average Christmas dinner. Excuse me. The original Christmas pudding was originally a soup made with raisins and wine. I have to wrap this up, I think, because my coughing, I think, is just going to get worse and worse and worse. Yeah. And then it says there's about 10 million numbers of 10 million is the number of turkeys that is cooked every Christmas. Excuse me. In Victorian times, in a reversal of modern tradition, turkey was seen as an expensive meat to eat on Christmas Day, and goose was often eaten by poor families. In A Christmas Carol, Bob Cratchit was planning to have goose before Ebenezer Scrooge surprised him with a turkey. Alright, so because I keep coughing my head off, and you guys do not need to keep hearing it out, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't have much of this section left anyway. That is going to be my video, and if you hung out until the end, thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys supporting me and always being so kind in my comments. That is going to be my video, so please like and comment. And as always, have yourself a nice day or night, whatever it is for you. Take care, happy diamond painting, and until my next video, bye.